Later
Yeah,
on.
really jumped in the back of a car, and the car sped away. He fell off, and he got terribly hurt.
And you got out of the car and you said, well, wait a minute, I'll let them see me so they don't get nuts.
Exactly right.
And it got worse?
Mm-hmm. Right. What do you, don't worry, I'll handle everything. It's like, excuse me.
Yeah.
Footprints in my face. I was like removing sneakers from my ears. No, it was not a smart idea. No. But what happened in the south of France, because I didn't, you tend to lose perspective. America is, I think, a lot more subdued in many ways to films. I think, in a sense, maybe even more sophisticated. They're bombarded by media, much more so than in Europe. I mean, there's many television shows change constantly, and we're much more sophisticated in media.
In other words, we are not as celebrity worshipping as we used to be.
No way. Not even close.
I see. So Clark Gable's had his day, and good for him, but there's nobody like that here? Is this your point?
Well, it's not that there's someone not like that here, but you get to see them a lot more on television. For example, let's take Pete Rose. Pete Rose 50 years ago would have been a god, like Babe Ruth. But the reason Babe Ruth is held in such reverence, let's say, even though both men broke records, and though Pete Rose, of course, had, but the problems that he had, that aside, I'm just talking about his achievements. The fact that you couldn't see someone all the time, and you had to rely on the written word and read about him, built a legacy, built a legend. You had to use your imagination. Today, I mean, you turn on any Entertainment Tonight, you see everybody every day. You turn on CNN, they're every day. Yeah. So after a while, you build up, not an imperviousness to it, but you say, okay, fine. It isn't as though, oh my God. But like a guy like Elvis, for example, who you'd never see, if he came out there, it would be a total riot. Total riot.
Michael Jackson has that problem today.
Yeah, exactly.
So then in Europe, then there's a greater reverence and awe for this
exactly
for the cinematic figure,
much
as
more.
we might say.
Yeah.
Well, this leads up to the obvious question. Will you ever fall in love again?
Well, what time is it? Gee. Love connection. Sure.
You don't mean this, sure.
Sure, of course. I mean, love is where it's at. You know,
that's not love.
No, it is the truth. When you think about it, every other emotion, every other emotion is almost counterproductive. You talk about envy and greed and jealousy and covetousness and so on and so forth. Then when you get down to it, love. That's the only good one. You know what I mean? The rest is like, you got problems. There's like a hidden agenda. Love is the only pure form of elation in the world. I mean, that's it. That's what life is all about. That's what we come in loved and we hopefully go out loved. That's it. In between, we have a lot of problems, as we know.
Yes. The recent interviews that you, and I'll tell you what, they're never going to accuse you of ducking media. You're out there.
Yeah.
I don't know who's taken more hits. I mean, while it may be true, you have probably more than your share than any one man ought to have of adulation. Boy, you have taken your hits. You know, I've never seen you get cranky or try to get even with somebody on the air, or did I miss the show?
No, at first, early on, I did try to rebel. Then I realized that is just, it's totally futile. I mean, you sit there and you say, okay, what do the critics know and this and that? And you go, wait a minute. So you have a momentary outburst. The repercussions from that only actually put you in a bad light. They have their job, they do it, and, you have to take it and go on. Now, that's all part of the game. It's like, for example, you see these sharks swimming around, they have like 9 fish hanging off their belly. They can't get rid of them. You just accept it, okay? Mm-hmm. It's all part of it. Symbiotic. One feeds off the next, okay?
Yes.
I mean, you can't help it. Sorry, I didn't mean that, like, I'm just talking about how things are coupled together, whether they want to be or not.
Yeah.
And so I've decided just not to take shots at it. Plus, I really do go through life trying to look at all the whimsy. I really do. I look at it in a satirical eye, in a comical eye.
Yeah, but you don't sleep well.
Well, someone keeps kicking me. No, I don't. Really, I don't. I guess I have a guilty conscience. I mean, something.
But you can't. After this childhood and these divorces and moving to Philadelphia and do you love me, Ma? And yeah, I love you, but you can't live with me and back and forth. Have you had therapy ever?
No, but let's start. I have this martyr complex. No, actually...
It's not such a silly question.
No. I tried it a couple times, but most of the doctors are so whacked out of their skull. I mean, I couldn't... They really were nuts. I said, no, really. I said, basically, what it is you say you have problems. Everybody's got problems. So by the time you're supposed to get one set of problems, like, let's say, my parents hate me. So you go there for 6 years, and finally goes, no, they love you. They love you. You got it? They love you. So you get up. I'm cured. They love me. You go home, ring, ring, ring. Hello? Hello, Marvin? You suck.
Yeah.
It's over. You're back. You know what I mean? The therapy out the window. You know what I mean? It's just backlash. So it is, you have to constantly be readjusting your philosophies, I think, to say, okay, I have problems. I have problems with my parents or my loved one, this and that, and you try to rationalize it. You don't try to cure it because it just doesn't go away. I mean, it really is. That's what life is all about. As soon as you get it under control, it's going to get you under control. That's nature. Everything is constantly in metamorphosis. You know that. There is no constant happiness. Nothing is totally happy. Even rocks change.
Yeah.
So you have to be aware of it. It's true. Everything's in metamorphosis.
But there have been times in your life when you've been happier than others. Let me tell you what I read. Wait a minute. If we want to see you self-destructing, literally as a human being, as a person, forget the character. If we want to see you self-destructing on the screen, see Rambo 3.
Oh. The Big Bang Theory. Jeez.
Well, but this was right,
Wow.
Brigitte Nielsen, and that happened, and you go to Israel, I think, to film Rambo 3.
Yeah.
And you got under tanks and dropped your body into napalm. And, is it so? I mean, were you on a kind of self-destruct, the whole world is looking...
Well, I knew I had a problem when I tried to brush my teeth with a chainsaw, you know. Gargle with Drano and things like that. I knew I was going up the deep end. Yeah, I was not in a good frame of mind then, so when I did that film, it was not exactly the right film to do at that moment. So whenever there was a stunt, I said, I do it. I volunteer. We need someone to jump into a helicopter prop. I'll do it. Thank you very much. No problem. Scald yourself. I'll do it. So that, in a sense, was therapeutic, you see. It really did. By the time I was done with that film, I was very well burnt out. I mean, the fire had been extinguished. I didn't come back with any animosity. When I left, I was steaming. I mean, oh, boy. I was hurting. Plus, because it was very humiliating. Everybody has their problems, and God knows love is a very strange emotion. It's the thing that can take you the highest and also bring you the lowest. It has that unique ability. But it's one thing to have your entire life appraised, criticized, impugned, dissected in front of the world, especially when we know how clever some reporters can be and tend to embellish a little bit. And I thought, and it wasn't just here. If you think it was bad here, it was 10 times worse in Europe, you know, because they really go for it in London and Fleet Street and whatever. So that got to me a little bit, and there's just no way out of it. So I just would take it upon myself. So I turned it inward.
And it's manifested itself on the screen in Rambo 3. Well, now, so you're much better placed now than you were then, is the point.
That's right. Oh, no. No, that's...
Now, let me ask you about something you must be a little bit tired about.
Oh, no.
I don't know what a guy has to do.
But let me do it.
Well,
he's like one of these guys says, you know, I know you hate this. Well, can I have an autograph?
This isn't bad. This isn't that bad. You've only sold $1 billion worth of tickets, and you still have to respond to the questions. But Sly, when are you going to take some risks?
Well, that's not a bad question, and I think that's a valid question. What happened is I got caught up in a certain syndrome, the action genre, which I liked very much, and a lot of it was pioneered in First Blood. It was a whole different kind of fella, man. It was a Vietnam vet, whatever, and coming back, and it had never quite been seen before. So it just opened up a whole can of worms, and I got caught up in that and the Rocky thing, and it all seemed to find a big audience, and anything I would do outside of that met with disapproval. It's like, I like that, stay in that. And so I did. And then finally, when I turned 40, I said, you know, I'm going to start to change. And but I realized you couldn't just dramatically go from this to, say, doing Shakespeare. So I started out to go to Tango and Cash, in other words, using a partner. Started to have a little bit of comedy overtone. And then I'm doing a film with John Landis right now called Oscar, which is a full-on comedy. And then I'm working with John Hughes, another comedy in Chicago. So it's changing.
How many films? You make a film every month
Hour.
of the year? Every hour.
Every hour. We do 24 films a day. It's like
Yeah.
the Turner Broadcasting Network here.
Now you're going to also do another Rambo.
Yes.
Now let's talk just a moment about this.
Well, I want to, because what happened is I made a mistake. The political situation changes like the way people change their clothes. And I decided not to do that anymore. I tried in Rambo 3 to deal with the Afghan situation, which is basically our Vietnam. That was Russia's Vietnam. But at that time, Gorbachev's wife came over, kissed Reagan, and blew my movie. You know, it was like, sorry, what I mean? Like, forget it. You know, the war was over. I said, oh. So then I said, I'd like to end the character on an up note, so I decided to try to take on a situation that really affects all of us and our children's children, which will be the environment. So I figured the Greenpeace situation, which is basically a war against nature criminals, crimes against nature, you might say, and that's what I'm going to take the fella. Thank you.
The director, James Brooks, said, what's this going to be, Rambo shoots vegetables?
That's true. That's true. Yeah, there's this very, very, very angry Brussels sprout. Now, of course I'm not going to shoot vegetables, but close.
Now, to those, please one more time for our audience. The damn guns in Rambo. Do you feel any
I don't like it. Excuse me. Let me explain something.
Killed in New York City.
Wait a minute. Hold it. You're right. You are right. And do I think people imitate films? Yes. Now, here's the double edge. You're dealing with a character that's in a war. So he's got to use weapons. Granted. But you also have people that take it out of context and flip out and say, oh, I am Rambo, and they go on a rampage in London. So right away, you're held responsible for that. Yes, I think that I'm caught in a situation. How do you do a war film without guns? See what I mean? So that's the problem, and that's why I wanted to segue out of it. Well, and you're totally right. You're totally right. But I think what's happening now, Phil, is a lot worse than so-called the jingoistic military Vietnam flashback films. Right now, you have films that are so heinous, that are taking place supposedly urban situations, where you see guys, I mean, true bloodbaths that make Rambo seem like Pee Wee Herman in comparison. I mean, the films, have you seen them lately?
Well,
I mean, the body count this summer, it's astounding. So what's happened is I think you're going to see a rollback in the so-called action genre because we have gone as far. It's like the age of breaking glass. If the lead does not go through a window every 3 minutes, the movie's over. You know what I mean? So it's that kind of a thing.
I think that you can't do a war movie without guns, and just don't get crazy. But Platoon had guns. Born on the 4th of July had guns.
Yeah.
The issue is not so much the use of the guns. The issue is, look what a man I am, and look what this big thing I'm carrying, and the whole phallic kind of glory. If you're 13 years old, and maybe your mother and your father are divorced, I'm asking whether or not you wouldn't have second thoughts about this kind of violence as macho, something to emulate, which most certainly Rambo was for the pre-adolescent, to be sure.
No, I agree with you. See, when we did that, now you're talking about 1981, that was new. And the long-range effects really hadn't come full circle. I didn't realize it until we got to 3. I said, my God, everything has come home to roost. And I didn't realize, because Rambo had, I guess, was much more of a focal point, because all of a sudden, Reagan talked about it and everything else, so Rambo-ized this and Rambo-ized that. So I became kind of like this banner boy for anti-violence, and a target for anti-violence. So you're right, yes, I think there has to be a lot more of a concerted effort on how you do it. But again, Platoon is a different story. It's much more of a psychological story dealing with situation. Rambo is a fantasy. See what I mean? It was a fantasy.
So it didn't hurt you that much when people would use Rambo to make the case for a military foreign policy, and perhaps...
Oh, yeah, I hated that.
You didn't
Oh,
like
you kidding? First of all, in politics, I find myself to be really, really down the middle. I think, right, it seems like a beauty contest lately. It's like who really has nothing... The best man does not win. That's the problem. That's the big problem. And when they said Rambo's a Republican, right away I was associated with that, militaristic, and so on, and that had a big problem for me. So because this town, for example, is extremely liberal. So believe me, extremely liberal. And I said, wait a minute, there he is. He's the arch enemy. I said, what are you, nuts? It was a performance.
Yeah.
It's not me. I don't go home in a bandana with an M60 on my back. It'd be easy to get a seat on the bus, but I don't do that.
Yeah. Did you? I missed it. Did you say out loud that you were a Republican?
No, I said Rambo was a Republican.
As a matter of fact, you kind of lean toward the left, don't you, Sly?
Well, I'll tell you the truth. I mean, I think a lot of the virtues of the left are intriguing. I mean, you know, the ideology is the best. It really is.
Now, just a couple things before we break here. Let's just take a moment. Is her name Jennifer Flavin? Is that your girl?
Well, yes, it's a girl I see. Mm-hmm. And, don't get crazy now, you know.
She's 21 years old.
2. Whoa!
She's 22 years old.
Yeah, that's true.
And you obviously must be gun shy. There's no marriage plans in there.
Negative. No, I'm not very good in the marriage arena, you know what I mean? Thank God, it'd be like Rocky in reverse, get knocked out every time. Yeah, I think I make a much better boyfriend.
We should say that your son Sage is in your movie.
Yeah.
He's 14 years old, and your wife was pregnant with him at the time you made Rocky 1.
That's the rumor. She was. Matter of fact, it's so interesting. On the exact street corner where the movie begins and ends, you're right, she was 8 months pregnant with him, and here he is now, basically supporting the film. He is the key to the film. And on the same street corner, that's where it ends and that's where it starts, and it was ironic. It wasn't planned that way. That's why I believe in destiny. I really do. I'm a fatalist that way.
And the movie opens November
16th,
and it stars Sage and his father, Sylvester Stallone, who will be back to answer your questions in just a moment.
I've seen your mother on other talk shows. She voices her opinion about a lot of your ex-wives and things. How does she feel about Jennifer?
Oh, fine. Actually, you know, a lot of it is, she is very outspoken, but lately she's been cooling it, and everything seems to be going a little bit smoother. Yeah, she likes her.
Yeah, well, I enjoy all your work. You've done terrific. And what I want to know is, in your early days, have you ever fought a professional?
No, but I've boxed many professionals. I learned, thank God I'm in the movies. I've sparred with Joe Frazier, Ali, Roberto Duran, and I'll tell you, it's a lot more fun when you can yell, cut, and not get cut.
Hi, have you been doing any more writing, and are you going to be doing more projects like Rocky 5?
Well, Rocky 5 is the last thing I've written, and I've written a show that I think will go on television called Pals, a TV series. But I'm starting to find myself leaving the writing to other people so I can interpret their works, and not just always do my own.
Yes. Which of your roles was your most challenging?
Well, physically, Rambo 3 was certainly the most challenging, and right now, the thing I'm doing, Oscar, is certainly the most challenging because it's split-second timing. There's no time for ad-libbing or being cute. I mean, you got to like this. Yeah. So, we'll see.
Why did you feel it was necessary to make another Rocky film?
Why? Because the ending, I want it to be like the Cinderella story. I don't want him to end on the note, all of a sudden he went into fantasy land and fought a Russian. I want him to go and end up on the street and become human again, the way we found him. In other words, the dream is over.
So you always planned on making 5?
Yes, I had. People thought I was crazy, but I did, yeah.
Yes.
Do you dye your hair?
I know. Bring you someone else. I'll tell you, if I'm dying, I'm lying if I'm dying. Believe me.
Yes.
I've heard that your mother's somewhat of a psychic. Has she given you any psychic advice lately?
Nothing other than get out of town. No, not lately.
Is there a book about how you got into movies, your life?
Well, I wrote a novel a long time ago in 1977, which was basically the genesis of Rocky 1, how it became, the miracle of how it got made, yes.
We want to show you a film clip from Rocky V. We certainly will do that. More important than that, we want you to meet Sylvester Stallone's talented son, and we'll do all that in just a moment. Yes, ma'am. You'll stand?
Yes, I recognize you've been through a lot of personal growth, but what I still don't understand is why don't you date women that are just as talented, beautiful, and closer to your age, just like Phil and Marla? Marla.
Who let my mother in here?
Whoa. It's about time for a film clip, isn't it?
Yes.
Let me just show you. Rocky is in bad shape in this film. We got some EKGs and some brain scans, and Rocky is not in a good place at all. So now comes a real fighter, Tommy Morrison.
Yeah, real fighter.
Who's going to try and, Rocky's going to hand him the baton. Watch this scene. This is from Rocky V.
Shoot some 8-ball or something.
Hey! Man, I ain't through talking with you yet.
Hey, look, Tommy, I ain't got no more to say to you, okay? Look, I just want good things.
Oh, hell you did. Man, you're only in this for the money.
Money?
Yeah, I'm tired of walking around in your shadow, man. People call me your robot.
You thought I was in this for the money, Tommy? We were supposed to be like brothers. You don't remember that? You don't know this, but you got a deception going here. This guy here, he was using you for the bait. He wants to get you and me in the ring. That's what he wants us to fight each other, to make the money, right? He don't care about you, Tommy. He don't care about me neither. Right?
Come on. Yeah. Enough of the fantasy. Let's talk reality. Rocky Balboa, are you prepared to accept Tommy Gunn's challenge?
Tommy.
All right.
Hey, man, I would have taken you any time. Hey, Tommy, you're a piece of garbage, you know that? Hey, this ain't none of your business. Ain't none of my business.
Come on, boy.
Ain't none of my business.
Boy, forget about it.
The man spit blood for you. He put you ahead of his own family. And you bring these rat bums around here, huh? And you kill his dignity? Fuck him, Major, you shot. You know that? He's the real champ. You're just a goddamn joke. Now, just get out of here before I break your face.
Come on, man.
No! Paulie!
Come on, get out of here. Come on, man. What? You break a hand on your bum. What do you work then, huh?
Paulie, you okay? You should have left him on the street where you found him.
Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Move out the way. Get him out of here.
Hey, what?
Hey, you knocked him down. Why don't you try knocking me down now?
No. In the ring. Tommy Gunn only fights in the ring. Come on, get out of here.
My ring's outside.
And Sage is your son in the movie.
Yes, he is.
And what's his character essentially saying? Pa, get out of the ring. Pa, stay there. Pa, you got to do it.
No, what it is, he's raised in a lap of luxury. I mean, he's never known poverty. I lose everything now. He's thrown into a whole new world, a ghetto life, and he has to acclimate himself to that. But as he's doing this, I realize I have to get out, and I hook myself onto this blonde boy here, who I take him to the top, and then when we get to the top, he betrays me and goes to the big promoter. Meanwhile, I've lost my son because I've forsaken him. I've lost my wife. And now this guy here wants to, I mean, it's a terrible mess. So at this point, I'm trying to win my son back, beg his forgiveness, because I realized all the dreams and all the aspirations that I had for this fighter, I couldn't give him heart. He really had no morals. He had ability, but had no morals. And I gave up the one thing that I loved the most, my family, and now I have to get back into them.
So we have Rocky vulnerable again, which was really the...
Yeah, right. He is a cream puff.
Yes. Well, would you kindly welcome the co-star of Rocky V? Here is Sage Stallone.
Hello, big girl. Say hi, everybody.
Nice young man. Well, Sage, I want you to know something. When they pass out the dads, you want to take the one you already got. This is a very nice thing to see. Not only that, you're working for a living. I hope he paid you. Hang on a minute. Wait a minute. It'll take us about... there you go. Now we got it. You enjoyed this, Sage. Tell us about it.
Well, I enjoyed making the film.
Did you?
I mean, you know, I got paid.
Oh. Excuse, like you need it?
I like working with my father.
Excuse me, you're in the will, pal. You don't need it. You're all right.
Look at this kisser
No.
here. Is this a nice-looking young man?
I liked working with my father.
Yeah.
I liked making the film. I mean, he gave me a lot of advice on the film, and you know, it was interesting. It was an interesting job.
Now, truthfully, he, you know, that old saying, like, nepotism begins at home and all that, but he had to audition for the part because I didn't want the responsibility of having this on my conscience if he didn't deliver. So as many people as are in this audience auditioned, and he came out on top. And this was not my choice. It was the studio's choice.
Yeah.
So you did very good, boy.
Very, very well. Let me, I want to show you. And it can be no picnic working with your pop, especially when he's at the top of the billing. And you had to be a little scared here.
Oh, please. Especially the first scene. Because I don't know, I had no idea what was going to happen because I was nervous too. And he came out there and I said, my God, he's got nuance. This guy's demolishing me.
Yeah. No, he's very, very focused, concentrated.
Really
Let me prove it here. Sage Stallone, at work, Rocky V. Watch this scene.
Let's talk.
You know, I thought we were supposed to be you know, be very close. Hey, come on, kid, I love you.
No, you don't.
Sure I do, you know. Remember what the deal was? We were supposed to be, like, tight, like crossed fingers.
No. No, what you want is you and Tommy be tight. That's you really talking about.
Oh, don't say that.
Why can't I say it? Since he's been here, it's Tommy this, Tommy that. You don't have no time for nobody, so I got no time for you.
What are you saying to me, kid? You're like another person.
You're the other person. You said I would be number one to you. You said that and you lied. You lied to me and you lied to Mom.
I never lied to you. It's Tommy needed my help.
So did I. And remember when you said to watch out for scams and deceptions? You're the one that should have watched out.
Smile, baby. Smile, baby. Yes.
How was it working with your dad? I mean, did you really, in the movie, it seems like you guys really expressed yourself, like in a real life, how you guys would, you know, how you had a lot of, you know, and
it
seemed like you really expressed it, and it really shows.
Yeah, it was just like everyday living, you know, like when I'm with my father, you know. You know, it's not like I was making a movie. It's like I was really in my own house making this film.
Right.
It's so realistic.
It's true.
Yeah. Your dad didn't spank you, did he, Sage?
No, he didn't.
He does tell an interviewer somewhere that I think you hit him once and then you backed up and you said, oh.
This is not happening because...
How'd you get so smart, though? Because most people who get slugged their kids. It's a neurosis we pass on. Tell me.
It's common knowledge. I mean, I thought about... Because I would get a lot of corporal punishment, and I thought, you know, did it ever help me? And when someone appealed to me intellectually, then I would change. So I decided, you know, if I could win his heartstrings, pull on his heartstrings instead of, you know, whacking him, I would get more out of him, and that's what it is. I mean, how many people here enjoy getting hit? You know?
Is this what you...
Then again, leave your number at the gate.
Is this what you've always wanted for your son as a career, to be in the
Did
movie
I want?
industry?
Yes, absolutely. I was hoping that he would be in some aspect of the business. I didn't know that he would be so good in front of the camera because he's great behind the camera. As a matter of fact, he's like a film historian.
Yeah. You know, I don't have to tell you, there are, having a father for a celebrity can be a pain in the neck, Sage. You know, it's not something you ask for. I know you love your father very much, and you've seen your share of broken people who grew up, you know, posing for Movie Tone magazine.
Mm-hmm.
How'd you handle this? I mean, you probably wouldn't want to be Sly Stallone's son.
No. And he
so
went
what'd you
through
do?
a lot of it.
Did you do something different? You compensate? What'd you do?
Yeah, I did. I constantly boosted his ego in a sense, and constantly also reinforced the fact that I'm just a man. This is my job. It's a job to me. It's not like I don't believe it. I don't wear the costume home, and that he could be just as good as long as he focuses on some aspects of the business. And he did. He started to hook onto it. But I would constantly reinforce and boost and boost and boost his ego, and it seemed to work. It really did seem to work.
Did you take him to openings?
take him, absolutely.
You did. So you took him right out there with the...
Oh, he was there, and he understood how it works behind the scenes, how a lot of this business is smoked and mirrors.
Yeah, but what about the paparazzi and the limos and that kind of thing? Were you in the middle of that kind? You've seen that scene, have you not, Sage? When all the people
first
get
word
a little...
he ever learned was limo.
Yeah, kid limo.
Limo.
Did you mind that, Sage? All that rush to your dad, the flash bulbs, the autographs?
No.
You didn't mind it?
No, I didn't mind it, no.
No, the thing is, he got used to it. It's when he was born into it, which is very much like the movie. That's why he was perfect for the part. He has no idea what it's like to be on the other side, to have to work its way up. He's never gone through that transition from poverty to wealth.
Right.
So I said, do you understand now? This is something that you did not earn. That this is, you're not entitled to this unless you go out and eventually do it yourself, because this is what I got through hard work. And you can get it too, but you cannot get it from me. You can learn from me, but you cannot get it from me.
Yeah. Now, where... you sound like a very good rabbi. Now, where did you get this savvy for a kid who had a big void in his own childhood?
I read your book. No, it's just the way I wanted to be treated. That's it, that's all. You just take the way you want to be treated. And if you can apply that to your children, usually, 99%, you'll make the right choice.
And we'll be back in just a minute. I think that's Rocky 3.
Rocky 28.
Yes.
Hi, were you ever afraid that your son might pick up some things of your movies, like violence, run around with guns and gangs?
Well, see, he knows how it all works. See, to him, it's not, he realizes it's pretend, it's fake, so he's not caught up in it. As a matter of fact, the magic has gone out when he gets behind the scenes to see how it is done.
Yeah.
So, no.
I was noticing you watching both clips, the one of you and the one of you and your son, and you were very intent in watching them, and I was just wondering what was going on in your mind.
I'm saying, where's the music? What it is I'm so into the editing. I'm looking for flaws. Even now that it's too late, that's my habit. I keep looking and looking and looking. I say, boy, I could have made that cut. I could have made that cut.
You go to your screenings, too, as well.
Yeah.
And you sneak in the back row?
Yes.
You probably wear a cap? Get there a little late? You have that's got to be some kind of a nervous wreck type of experience.
It's the worst. It is the worst. I've had some good ones and I've had some horrendous ones.
Where you thought it would be and it didn't.
Whoa, boy. You can hunt deer in the theater. And some are great. You never know.
Yes, ma'am.
You two seem to complement each other really good in this movie. Do you think you'll be doing more projects together?
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. I have a feeling that probably in about 10 years he'll be directing me. I mean, I have, because he's very good that way.
Yes.
I saw a clip of you at the Cannes Film Festival. I was wondering if Arnold Schwarzenegger is a good dancer and who led.
Well, put it this way. I'm not... who has the arm on the shoulder? The woman? Is that it when you dance? Is the woman? Then I led.
Yes.
Do you have any other children?
Yes, I have one son who's autistic. His name is Sergio.
Let's take a moment. You've been very thoughtful in your public commentary about this is a catastrophic mental illness.
Mm-hmm.
Your son, Sergio, lives in a very dark corner, as you put it. And there really isn't, you hope for miracles, I'm sure, like every other parent would. But you're also realistic.
Mm-hmm.
So your love is unconditional. You see him, and it's got to be a heartache you take with you every day of your life.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do? Do you get inured? How do you do this?
It comes in waves, though. It does. It's really interesting. It's like a biorhythm. Sometimes you become incredibly thoughtful, and you become very self-incriminating to yourself. And because you say, oh, it had to be my fault. And then others you become very philosophical and say, yeah, perhaps he's in a better place. But like you say, it's always with you, and it's a void that can never be filled. And it was probably harder for Sage than myself, because I know that he doesn't like to talk about it, but it was his only brother, and being of that age, when he's 5 years old, it's hard to understand that. So it was very traumatic for him.
Did you know immediately? And I mean, when do you take this bullet as a parent? At the hospital, or when do you realize?
Yeah, it's like you see in a television show or a movie. He was totally normal for 2 years, and one day he just began to be more and more reticent, reserved, and then shunned all affection. You kiss. And we took him in, and they said, well, he's autistic. I said, no, you've made a mistake. He says, no. And I said, well, what will he be able to do? He said, nothing. Nothing. I said, no, I mean, can he at least become physically active? He said, no. No, nothing. So then you become very aggressive towards the doctor at that moment. I said, how dare you? He says, no, I'm telling you. I want to be very honest with you. This child will be like you said, in the shadows, will want nothing to do with you, will reject you. You must understand this. And it's up to you how you handle it. But that's the facts. And we started at that point, and we've come full circle with it. We've come to terms with it.
Well, it helps you count your blessing, doesn't it?
Yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
You don't get mad at stoplights when you see this kind
I tell you what it has done, and I'll be quite candid with you. It makes me very impatient with people that have everything and quit, that have their health, that have their mind, have all their senses, and don't do anything with it. And I say, you know, look at all these kids that could use that, and they don't have it, and these people just waste it. And
we'll be back in just a moment. Yes, yes.
What would be a perfect date for you and Jennifer?
Let's see. Perfect date for me and Jennifer. Probably actually, I tell you what has been great is just having a few friends over watching a movie and not getting bad reviews. That would be a perfect date.
Oh, we've heard a lot about your mother, but what about your father?
My father's a real hard-working, salt-of-the-earth, tough guy, polo player. Matter of fact, we played against each other in an exhibition game in front of the, it was called the World Cup. It was high. The only man who knocked me off my horse was my father.
And the polo...
Tough guy.
Yeah. We think of polo as tally-ho and mummy and daddy and wearing jackets to dinner. Okay, well, straighten this out.
It's the number 2 most dangerous sport in the world. In one week, I knew 4 people. One got their chest crushed, the other one had brain damage, the other one was dragged and killed, and the other one had both legs.
Right. Well, I should have known it was a wonderful sport.
I'm telling you, it's crazy. When it goes bad, it goes real bad. I mean, look at poor Prince Charles now. I mean, that's seriously bad what happened to him.
Yes.
If for some reason you had to stop acting, what would you do? What could you see yourself doing?
And probably, I think I'd start a girls' school. I think, you know, well, I tell you, if I had to stop acting, I would probably do something in the coaching or human motivation, such as working with young kids, like athletics. I enjoy that.
And we'll be back in a moment. Rocky V opens November 16th. Yes, the star wrote the script, and yes, his son does co-star in this film. Rocky at the end of the line. You wanted to kill him.
Yeah.
Seriously, didn't you?
Well, I know I got a little carried away, but I thought, yes, I did. Because
and you got overruled.
Major. And it was also a stupid idea, but I wanted to do that every time. Every time. I think it had something to do with my marriages. You know?
Do you have a favorite charity?
Well, I am part of the autistic society. That I get to that.
Services provided and promotional fees paid by the father.
Right now,